Could you see the picture? Who do you think he is? Can you guess it? He is Alejandro, and he is going to be our teacher's helper today. Hello, Alejandro. Can you tell me what day is today? Today is Wednesday. Wednesday, May 27th, okay? Now, kids, are you ready to start the lesson? Let me show you a picture, all right? So, where are they? In a park. Very good. Now, they are doing different things in the park. Who can help me and tell me one of the actions they are doing? A grandma reading a book. A girl feeding a rabbit. Mom is doing a puzzle. Daddy is playing with a dog. And brother and sister are dancing to the music. So, as you can see, we can do a lot of activities at the park. Now that we talk about a little bit what actions can you do at the park, let's start with the activities of the day. Please go to the English skills section of your book. Open it on page 42 and 43. Let me share you my screen. We are going to watch a video so we can keep talking about the park or a picnic in the park. Happy to learn. So, were they having fun? Yes. Were they eating? What else did they do? Yes, they played on the swings. Now, let's answer some questions. Kika, do you like to go to the park? I love going to the park. Abdiel, have you ever had a picnic? I have. And where would you like to have a picnic? I would love to have it in a park. Now we are going to listen carefully to the story. Follow along with your finger. Are you ready?
A day at the park. All the families from our school had a picnic at the park. We set our basket of food on the table as Dad got the fire going. Some children played on the swings, as others rode their bikes around the park. Later on, we all sat down at the tables for lunch. This was a fun day at the park.
Do you like this story? It seems like they have a lot of fun in the picnic. Now, look at the check for understanding section. What you are going to do is to answer those 3 questions on the blank pages section of your book. You can answer the questions with a sentence or by creating a drawing. Which families had a picnic? Mom's work or the school families? Where did they have lunch? At the school or in the park? What activities did they do at the park? Played in the swings or swim in a pool? Make sure you read it one more time so you can answer those questions, okay? If you need time, please pause the video here so you can do it. Now, also on the grammar check, synonyms are words that mean the same, like pretty and beautiful, big, huge. Can you find a synonym for father? Circle it. I'm going to give you a clue. The word starts with the. Now, let's turn to page 44. You have to read the statements and answer true or false by filling the correct box. You can do it with a pencil or with a colored pencil. Look at the example. Max went to the park with his family. True. Jimena, all the families from the neighborhood went to the park. True or false? Make sure everybody else also colored the answer, all right? Dad set up the fire. True or false? The children played baseball and rode their bikes. True or false? They placed their food on the table. True or false? Max and his family had a picnic at school. True or false? Some children played on the swings. True or false? All the families went home to eat lunch. True or false? It was a fun day at the park. True or false? And the last one, Max is going home to have another picnic. True or false? Make sure you read the story again if you need help, or pause your video here if you need more time to answer each statement, okay? What would you have done differently if you went to the park and be on that picnic from the story? Think about it, and maybe you can share it with mom or dad, okay? Now, please pause your video here so you can take another break, and I will see you in a minute. Bye. Welcome back, kids. Are you ready? Now, we are going to work on the global citizenship section of your book. So far, we have learned this vocabulary, distance, compass rose, cardinal directions, and map scale. Now, I'm going to say the word and you have to repeat it with me. Distance. Compass rose. Cardinal directions. Map scale. Good job. Remember that you can find this vocabulary on page 105. Now that we remember some of the vocabulary, let's start our activity. Please open your books on page 106. I'm going to share you my screen. Can you find the way? I will read the sentence. Now you have to listen and repeat. Never eat sour watermelon. Good. This sentence helps you remember the cardinal directions. The order of the letters N, E, S, and W are the same as the order of the directions around a compass rose. Never means north. Eat means east. Sour means south. Watermelon means west. Can you think of another sentence to help you remember the cardinal directions on a compass rose? Share your sentence with the class. We are going to look at some examples. Once that you pick the one that you like the most, make sure you write it down on the blank pages of this section, okay? We already read, never eat sour watermelon. Look at the other examples and pick the sentence that help you remember the order of the directions around a compass rose. Make sure you pause your video here so you can pick the ones that you like the most, okay? Now, let's continue. Let me read you the teamwork activity. Even though we don't have a team right now, we are going to do it together. Work with a team of 4. Draw a red circle in one of the squares on the map below. It means this square over here, all right? Think about how you can use cardinal directions to tell your classmates how to get from the star to your red circle. For example, you might say, move 5 spaces north, then 3 spaces west. Tell your teammates your directions. When your teammates are sharing their directions, use your finger to move from square to square on the map. Can you find your teammates' circles? Now, I'm going to draw a red circle on the map. You are not going to be able to look at it. Make sure you put your pencil on the star. Are you ready? Listen carefully. 3 spaces north. 4 spaces west. 2 spaces north. 1 space east. 2 spaces north. 2 spaces east. 2 spaces west. 1 space south. 3 spaces west. 1 space north. And that's the spot where I place my red circle. Make sure your mom and dad take picture of that exercise, and I will tell them on a message if you were correct or not, okay? So pay attention. If you need more time, rewind the video and listen carefully, okay? Now, let's turn to page 107, Map Tools. Look at the pictures on the page. Can you find the compass rose? Touch it. Can you look at a map? Circle it. Very good. So, what do you think we are going to read today? About schools? About stars in the sky at night? Or about maps? Okay, now let's listen to the track. Follow the text with your finger, okay?
Map tools. Read and listen to the following text. Maps have tools that can help you read and understand them. Colors are used to show where land and water are found. Land can be yellow or green. Sometimes it is brown. Water is colored blue on a map.
So, what color is the water on a map? Red or yellow? Red or blue? What about land? Very good. Let's continue.
A map scale shows distance on a map. People draw objects on maps smaller than they are in real life. A tiny space on a map could be the same as 50 kilometers in real life. A compass rose is a circle with lines coming out of the center. The lines point to the cardinal directions on the map. North, east, south, and west are the 4 cardinal directions. They can help you figure out where you are going.
Alejandra, how many cardinal directions do we have? 3 or 4? Very good. Let's continue.
Look at the map. The blue house with the red roof is in the north. The zoo is in the west. The school buses are in the south. The tall pink and purple buildings are in the east.
Now that you listened, what are you going to do? We are going to read the story one more time, and each time you find a vocabulary word on the reading, make sure you circle it. Remember the vocabulary: distance, compass rose, cardinal directions, map, scale. Make sure you pause your video here so you have time to do it. Once that you are ready, please make sure you answer the self-assessment section, all right? Now, are you ready to play a game? Let's work with the cardinal directions. I'm going to name one and you have to point to the correct direction, okay? North, west, south, east. Now that we practice, let's do it one more time. West, south, east, north. Now I will point and you tell me what cardinal direction is it. East, very good. South, yes. Very good. North. West, very good. Now, kids that we played, it's time for you to pause your video here so you can take a break. I will see you in a minute. Hi, kids, welcome back. Ready? Now, let's work on the think tank section. Open your books on page 158 so we can start with the mental math. Ready? Take your pencil and let's start. 1. 33 minus 30 equals. Number 2. 67 minus 41 equals 3. 72 minus 32 equals 4. 4 minus 1 equals and 5. 5 minus 5 equals. Make sure you pause your video or rewind it for more time, okay? Now that we are ready, let's start with the class activity. Open your book on page 165. Now, let me ask you some questions. Sofia Victoria, do you think some borrowers are good or bad? We can find good borrowers and bad borrowers. Now, Julio, Can you tell me what makes a borrower good or bad? Here are more ideas. A good borrower is someone that returns everything that he asks borrowed. And a bad borrower, well, it can be the person who doesn't return the objects, or that, yes, he does return them, but probably it's broken or he didn't take care of it. Now, we are going to work with the question, what does a good borrower look like? Please open your books on page 165. I'm going to show you my screen. What does a good borrower look like? Pretend you let a friend borrow your favorite toy. Draw a picture of how you would like the toy to look when you get it back. And draw a picture of how you will not like the toy to look when you get it back. So make sure you make big drawings and use a lot of colors, all right? Make sure you pause your video here so you have time to do your drawings. Now, let's look at this exercise. Decide whether each picture shows a good or bad borrower. Circle your answer. A ball is returned with a hole in it. Is that good or bad? Circle your answer. Money is paid back on time. Is that good borrower or bad borrower? Now, I will tell some sentences about borrowing. You have to shout true or false if you agree or disagree. Good borrowers keep items safe. Good borrowers lose items. Good borrowers take care of the item. Now, I want to ask Abdiel, are you a good borrower? Why? Very good. What about you, Sebastian? Are you a good borrower? Why? Very good. And Elisa, are you a good borrower? Very good, kids. With this, we finish our Wednesday lesson. I hope you had a great time and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.